Hey you guys, I am a really big fan of exacerbating my depression. So I woke up this morning and I was like, how best to do this? Maybe I should look up all of my Sephora purchases and then total up the percentage of those purchases that I never use, because that seems like a really banging way to start the day. Let's chat about that really briefly. Except for it probably won't be that brief. So I totaled up the amount of money that I've spent only at Sephora. I didn't look into like Ulta and drugstores and different stuff like that and like other random little places that I would have bought from. Just Sephora, because that's my main bitch. Since November 15th, which was the day that I decided to go off all of PR, so I started purchasing all of my own products at that point. Obviously I was purchasing products before that as well, but this is just like a good place to start, you know what I mean? So in the past 10 months, I have spent $8,301.80 approximately at Sephora. So that is about $830 a month. That means that the average product cost is about $51.80. And I purchased total 162 products, so that equals about 16 products a month, new products. The amount of orders that I ordered online was 11, which means that those are coming with excess packaging. Normally when I shop in store, I just take the products and like put them in my backpack or whatever. So 11 times in the past 10 months online orders. Then my in-store average was about 4 times a month, which means that it was about $207 each visit on average. So I wanted to kind of break down what of these products I'm actually using, because ultimately this is my job. This is what I talked about when I went off PR. I was like, you know what? It just is what it is. I'm gonna have to buy products to review, whatever kind of thing, keep up with the times and the hip kids. So I'm not against spending money, but I wanted to know how many of those purchases were actually resulting in products that I was using. So out of those 162 products, 7 of those were things that I was continually repurchasing. So the first thing that I repurchased, I bought this twice over the past 10 months, and that is the Playa shampoo and conditioner. Love it, by the way. That's gonna go in a favorites video soon. And then the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, which I repurchased 3 times over the past 10 months. The Bite Agave Plus lip balm, the Slip Silk hair scrunchies, which I bought 2 packages of the small ones and 2 packages of the big ones. Youth to the People cleanser, the kale and spinach one. Is it kale and spinach or kale and green tea? It's a green cleanser. You know what I'm talking about. Matt really likes that cleanser as well, and that's kind of the cleanser that like I put in the shower and I just kind of use, you know, here and there. So anyways, repurchased that. And then Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation, I repurchased twice in the past 10 months. Oh yeah, and then Briogeo Dry Shampoo, repurchased twice in the past 10 months as well. Then, I'm so embarrassed. I wanted to go through, aside from those repurchases, I wanted to see what products I had purchased that were actually replacing something that I was completely out of. Like I didn't have any other option. I didn't have a backup in my collection. And there was 2 things. The first was Hourglass Caution Mascara. That's like my go-to like waterproof kind of mascara. So I didn't have any backups of waterproof mascara at the time that I purchased that. And then the second was just a black gel liner, because I did have some other black gel liners, but they were so dry and so like you know when they like are cracking and like peeling away from the edges, it's just like, it's unusable basically. So that was why I had to repurchase the gel liner. So 2 products that I actually needed to replace, not including obviously the repurchases. Then, we're just really getting into this, okay? Then I wanted to total up the amount of products I hadn't used more than once, and that was 48 out of 162 products, so that's like about 30% of the products that I purchased in the past 10 months. Then I totaled up the amount of products that I gave away or donated, so I had maybe like tried them once and like knew that I wasn't gonna use them again, basically. Gave them away. That was 26 products out of 162 products, which is about 16%. I hope my fucking math teacher is watching this right now. Miss King. Look how I turned out. Not great, if we're being honest. So between the products that I hadn't used more than once and the products that I ended up giving away, the total percentage of products that I would consider unused is about 46%, which If I'm honest, I actually felt like that percentage was going to be much higher. The last statistic that I wanted to figure out was what products I had used more than 10 times, which, I mean, let's just like get a grip here. Using something 10 times is not using it up by any means, but in the realm of being a beauty guru, 10-time usage is like, that's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So out of the 162 products that I purchased in the past 10 months, I have used 37 of those more than 10 times. So that's about 23%, which was higher than I was expecting. So I wanted to break down what I could have done with that money. Let's just really aggravate our bad feelings. $8,301 is almost 5 mortgage payments, my percentage of the mortgage payment. It is 176 months of my gym membership. It's just under the national average for yearly food expenditure per household. That could also pay for therapy 66 times, so that's over a year going weekly. You could live downtown Vancouver in a half decent apartment for, gosh, at least 3 weeks with that amount, and maybe even a few lunches. I don't know, I'm not a mathematician. So here's the sitch, okay? This is where it gets even more upsetting for me and me alone. I have made a decision, okay? I'm gonna do a no buy. Fucking kill me. I'm gonna not purchase any beauty products unless, this is my only stipulation, unless it's something that I genuinely do not have a backup of in my collection. So for instance, I don't know, Becca Under Eye Correcting Concealer. I don't have anything else like this. So once it runs out, because we're getting really, really low, I'm gonna have to buy another one, okay? So, but other than that, I'm gonna try and stick to this until January 1st. So I can really kick off the new year with a bang. I had a moment of realization. The whole reason that I wanted to go off PR mainly was because I felt like I was producing a lot of waste. So waste from all the shipping and like packaging materials and stuff like that that brands would send out. And then on top of that, they would send out a lot of like gifts and just shit that I didn't need, wasn't gonna use, couldn't recycle sometimes because there was like electronics in it, different shit like that. And it was getting more and more over the top. So I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna step away. And I was really, really happy about that decision. I've been really happy about that decision, and I feel like I made the right choice for my life. But what had happened was I feel like I started purchasing all of the things that I would be excited to get in PR. The brands that I love, I've continued to buy as if I was receiving PR. So I'm buying every single launch, and that's fucking crazy talk, bro. It's not reasonable. It's not realistic. I haven't been getting enough use out of the product. Almost half my products are going to waste. I'm kind of just getting back into that same issue that I was getting into with PR. Like I'm just over purchasing and feeling like I really desperately need something, but I don't, man. Oh, but I'm so sad. So I'm gonna see how it goes over the next 3 months. I'm going to be trying to get way more use out of the products that I have kicking around. You guys will not be seeing reviews of new products from me. Listen, we're just gonna have to be okay with this. So sue me, okay? Unsubscribe, leave my channel forever. I don't care anymore. If you want, I don't know why you wouldn't have been sold on this already. Maybe you can join. Seems like a really fun time for everyone involved. I don't know. I think that this could really bring us together in a really real way. I am surely going to be approached by multiple brands for ad deals at this point. They definitely will really appreciate this. I just have to say really quickly, because I'm so petty, I can't let it go, okay? I was on Twitter. This was something that also kind of led to this decision for me, beyond this whole data depression moment I had this morning. ColourPop. You know, they tweeted a while ago. I haven't let it go. It was like weeks ago at this point. They tweeted like what was supposed to be a cute little joke where they were like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but use the products you already have at home, like alluding to not purchasing more products. And I was like, what? You're the worst offender for coming out with like an exorbitant amount of products fucking weekly. Like, I could not attempt to keep up with the amount of shit that ColourPop releases. The founder of ColourPop is quoted as saying that they are the fast fashion of beauty. And to me, I'm just like, first of all, I think it's pretty like widely accepted that fast fashion is not seen as a good thing. I don't know. It really grinded my gears. Clearly, listen, I've been in the makeup industry, loving it. I used to really, really feel so strongly about makeup. It was like all consuming for me. And part of what's kind of slowly made makeup less fun is the fact that I feel like there's nothing to get excited about because you're constantly being bombarded with shit. And it's not that I don't get excited about new releases from certain brands, but the brands that I am getting excited about releases from are brands that are very, very slowly releasing products. And maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. I could very well be. But it just feels like the brands that are like pumping out all of this product, it feels like there's so little thought going into this. And this is art, man, okay? This is supposed to be, put your soul into it. Put your back into it. So I just think that's kind of a bummer. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna let it go at this point. Probably not. I'm gonna talk about it in therapy later this week. But I think this is going to be the worst and also the best decision that one can make for themselves. So we'll just see how it goes. I have been tempted since I made this decision 12 times at least. Please refrain from sending me things that are being released that you think I would enjoy because it's very painful to look at. Okay, anyways, that's the sitch. I'm gonna quickly pull up some products that I'm really wanting to get use out of. These are the products I'm gonna be focusing on over the next couple weeks, month, whatever kind of thing. So the first thing is all of my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadows. I have a bunch of these. I think I have maybe 7 or 8. I really, really love this product. I love this formula. I have been using these, but I want to continue to try to get as much use as I can out of these because something I've been noticing is every time I dip back into like my cream eye drawer, everything's fucking dried out. And I have to end up throwing out a lot of product, which is even more upsetting because I could have just given that product away and had it get some kind of use out of it. But I leave it for so long because I'm like, I'll get around to it. And then, decades go by, and I just open it up and it's just not the same. So I am wanting to get a lot of use out of these because I really, really like the formula. What is it with these truckers, man? I'm like on the direct fucking trucking route across North America, I swear to God. Next one. Obviously, we all knew this was coming. I've bitched and moaned about this I don't know how many times. Pat McGrath palettes. All of them, frankly, but this one in particular, I really wanted to get use out of because I held back from purchasing this for hours, frankly. No, I really did. I looked at it, I swatched it, I wanted to get it, I held back. Like, I did that for about like a month or two, which I'm a impulse buyer to the fucking max. Like, I look at something and I'm like, yes, already, yes. You don't even have to sell me on it. Just give it to me. I want it in my bag. I finally pulled the trigger on this one because I was like, you know what? There's a few shades in there that I actually do feel like are unique and I don't really have something super similar in my collection. And it's still a pretty neutral palette. So I was like, this makes perfect sense in my mind. I will use this. Have I? No. That guy's top of my priority list. Pat. These guys I've also gotten use out of, but less lately. But I talked about them in my products I've gotten use out of video. And they just reminded me that I like them and I want to use them up. I also feel like these are things that get a little They get really thick over time, basically. So I wanted to continue to try and use it up so that it doesn't get to the point where it's like too thick to be usable. And that is the Marc Jacob Highlighter Dewdrops, Fantasy Dewdrops, and Do You Dewdrops. And then lastly, something I really want to try and focus on, every fiber of my being hates this, lip liners. I have 2 huge jars like this filled with lip liners. I notoriously don't use lip liners. I just don't like them. I'm trying to get the flavor for them recently. I have a lot of beautiful colors waiting to be cared for. So I thought I would try and tackle the lip liner situation that's taking place on my makeup desk right now. So those are the products I'm gonna focus on. No buy until January 1st. Fucking kill me. Please join me. This is gonna be a blast. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.